Welcome to the Avengers Doomsday trailer. This was just released on the Marvel channel a couple days ago. 1 day ago. I love Doctor Doom. I love Doctor Doom. Well done, Marvel Studios. Wow. Cyclops. Fuck yeah. I think that's Gambit as well. Hell yeah. Loki, baby. Nice go. The new Black Panther. And we had the Thing also there. Mystique. Mystique turned into Black Widow. Xavier. Let's go. Falcon is also in this. And Mrs. Fantastic. Fuck yeah. Oh. Oh man. Let's go. Hold out the hammer. Calls it. He's worthy. Let's go. Infinity Vision, baby. This December the 18th is Doomsday. Hell yeah. Guys, like this video, come to this channel and subscribe. This is incredible. This is incredible. I love to see this. I love to see Marvel getting back to the original day one, original authentic comic book series. That's what I love. And Doomsday trailer just showed that. I'm going to slowly go through that again on full screen with pausing and things. So at the beginning, we see Charles Xavier's school has been destroyed. We see like a tombstone of Xavier's school. Xavier, completely gone. Something's coming. Xavier looks outside and a sunburst blinds his eyes. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with unthinkable decisions. Ooh, unthinkable decisions. Unthinkable decisions with Doctor Doom right there in the background. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is the man you have to make unthinkable decisions to survive against. I love the Avengers Tower in the middle of New York City as a high rise, just right there, placed amongst all the other skyscrapers. This is cool. I love it when superhero movies do this, when they make the headquarters of the heroes right in a civilian place, as opposed to the Tower of Solitude or any other thing like that. They place it in a central location of the world where civilians and people can see what they're talking about. This is cool. You fought with many warriors in my time. I think that was Pedro Pascal. That was Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, right there. Pedro Pascal there, Thing there. We also have Thor in the background and someone else behind Pedro Pascal I can't see. Oh, we have Bucky. Winter Soldier, baby. Winter Soldier is my favorite character. He's a pure martial character, just focused on brute strength and intelligence, nothing else. We have Bucky in the middle. We have the new Captain America, who was like Falcon before as well. I love that. I love that he inherited the mantle and he gets to bear the shield now. Even though there were some complicated factors in his movie concerning how he got the shield and who really has the right to bear Captain America's mantle, Steve Rogers is obviously the best. He's irreplaceable as Captain America. No other one can really do it like him. But Falcon is a phenomenal runner-up. Either Falcon or Winter Soldier. Those are the two best runner-ups for that like challenge and for that mantle. Only they can really embody the spirit of Captain America and channel his vision, his ethos, his energy through the screen. And then we have Ant-Man 2 as well. Hell yeah. And then we have like a briefing room here with like the Thing, that's the rock guy. We have Ant-Man, that's the guy that goes big and goes small at the same time. I love him. We have Thor with his axe, with his war axe. He no longer has just a war hammer, he has a war axe. Stormbringer, I think. Hell yeah, just posted up, leaning up against it like a true warrior. And then we have the rest of the cast too off to the side. This is amazing. I wonder who this is. I wonder who this guy is. This guy right here, he seems to be the leader of Wakanda or the leader of some mystical monastic force. I love his outfit. He looks like Doctor Doom, or he looks like Doctor Strange. He really reminds me of Doctor Strange. Very cool. Very, very cool. The Sorcerer Supreme. Nice. We have the new Black Panther too as well. I love her. She's going to be incredible in this. She took the mantle from T'Challa. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Absolutely incredible work. She's going to be an incredible person to see as the Black Panther mantle, and I'm really looking forward to seeing her take on the role. Absolutely incredible work. I love him. That guy right there, I forget his name, but he was in the Black Panther movie, and he was one of the political antagonists. He's really cool. He's really cool. Like, he's a badass extraordinaire. He doesn't pull any punches. He doesn't placate to politics. He just goes for what he wants. That's what a true man is. He's really good. Morph suit, baby. Ooh, Thor lands with a lightning strike. Ready to go. Charges up his axe. The stairs explode and Cyclops comes out. Holy shit. Cyclops comes out ready to go with laser vision. Primed and ready. Fuck yeah. I love Cyclops. He's the true leader of the X-Men and an incredible tactician. This man is absolutely phenomenal. Like, if I was on a team led by Cyclops, I know I would win that battle. I know I would win that battle. Wolverine is way too overrated in the entire X-Men series. Cyclops is the true man, the true person, the true X-Men extraordinaire. He's been there since the beginning, and he's there till the end. Wolverine just joined in the middle. So even though we love him and Logan is great and all that jazz, Cyclops is actually a badass who deserves all the respects that he gets. So I'm glad to see that we're giving that to him nowadays. And with the laser eyes look, primed and ready, just hit you with a fucking radiant blast. This guy's gangster. He's good. And here we have a fight scene with like a Golden Fist or Dragon Fist and Mystique. He's got the cards. He's got the bow staff. Nice. Channing Tatum playing Gambit is absolutely incredible. Gambit was one of my favorite characters from the original X-Men cartoons when I watched them back when I was young. So to see Gambit here on the silver screen in full flesh is phenomenal. Hell yeah. We have like a tarot card with Loki's face on it, and then we switch to Loki over here too as well. Nice. Black Widow. I love Natasha Romanoff. And then we have also, at the same time as Black Widow, we have another spy, another super spy. We have Mystique. Oh, Mystique from the X-Men is so incredible. She's phenomenal. I love her powers. I love her abilities. I love her personality. She's going to transform into Black Widow. Look at that. Look at that. Hell yeah. I don't know who that is. I think that might be Charles Xavier or someone else. I'm not sure who that is. That's Charles Xavier. Maybe that one, the other person is Magneto. I don't know who those two are. The guy kissing the girl on the forehead. I'm not exactly sure who he is. That's Ant-Man without his suit. And the lady might be Natasha Romanoff or someone else or his wife. Just someone in his life who's very important to him. This scene right here, it looks like we have a member of the Fantastic Four, maybe Human Torch, hugging and protecting like Invisible Woman, Mrs. Fantastic. Mrs. Fantastic looks incredible. She looks incredible. Fantastic Four. Let's go. Let's go. Black Panther. She's ready for this. I love her. She's absolutely amazing and prime for this role. Let's go. Falcon is back in the building. He's got the shield on deck. I'm so excited to see Falcon reprise the role of Captain America and become the new Captain America. Become the new person who's going to be in charge and carry that spirit into the future. He's the right choice. He really is the right choice. Oh my God, we got to rewind on that. We had Gambit striking the floor with his staff and unleashing a massive kinetic wave. That's going to be cool. And then we have Cyclops kneeling on the ground and unleashing a massive radiant blast from his eyes. Oh my God, this is Cyclops' true powers shown. We're finally showing Cyclops the love he respects. We're finally showing him the accolades he deserves, and the fans are finally lining up to show their appreciation. Cyclops has been a day one X-Men from the beginning, since before Logan, since before everyone else, and he's always stuck to the code. He's never once deviated from it. So Cyclops is incredible. I want to see him more. Let's go. We have Mrs. Invisible. We have Mrs. Fantastic, as I call her, Invisible Woman. And she's harnessing her power of force fields and invisibility and psionics. This is going to be really cool to see. And then this guy right here. I don't know who this is. I think this is a villain of some sort. He looks like he's from Wakanda or like Doctor Strange's universe. He looks like he's a badass ready to do war. Like, I really like him. Thor rises up. Boom. He comes up against Doom, rises up, makes a power strike against Doom, and Doom just stops it. Doom just stands there waiting for him to do all his extra fancy stuff, all his lightning and thunder. All right, you're cool. But guess what? I'm Dr. Doom, master of the mystical arts. Okay, don't play with me. Doctor Strange stole my name. He's not the master. I'm the master. Doom with his hood up, no chill, just straight bars. He's crazy. Doesn't say a single word. And in the next scene here, you realize after he stops it with his finger, Thor just looks at him in complete defeat. He just roars in exasperation. This man is not ready for Doom. Look at that. Nice. We have Steve Rogers. He probably thought it was Mystique at first when he first saw him, because Mystique can travel or transform into anyone. And he didn't want to assume that was the real Steve Rogers. But when he called the axe into his hand after he let it out, he put out his hand as a test for him to call the hammer, Mjolnir. And Steve just reached out his hand and focused, and Mjolnir came to him. Only the true and righteous, only the good and godly, only the moral and upstanding can wield Mjolnir. If your heart isn't pure, if the hammer doesn't choose you, you can't wield it. So Captain America is the perfect man to wield this. I love Captain America. That's so funny to say, because as a kid watching and reading comics, I didn't really like him that much. He was a bit too much of a Boy Scout. He was a bit too much of a goody two-shoes. But now that they've elevated him beyond just his original Boy Scout goody two-shoes position, he's incredible. Thor is looking stunned. Thor wasn't ready for that on any level. Even though he wanted it to happen, he was still doubting when it happened. So I love to see that Thor is like, holy shit, we have someone good on our side finally. We have Captain America, baby. Like, we can do this now. I love that, because Thor was all alone until this. He was the one leading the team of people against the new threat, the new onslaught against Doctor Doom. But now that Captain America's here, the ultimate tactician, the ultimate warrior, the ultimate fighter, he knows he at least has a chance. He at least has a chance. The other heroes here are either newbies or lobies. Either newbies, like the new Black Panther, or lobies, like Ant-Man. So he's like, I don't know how we're going to take on a cosmic threat with just this ragtag bunch of heroes. But Captain America showing up just completely sealed the deal for Thor. So I love that. Let's go. Steve Rogers. Avengers Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday by Marvel Studio. See it in Infinity Vision. So I think that refers to the IMAX screenings that they have and also in the theater screenings that they have. It's coming out December 18th, 2026. Doom is going to be absolutely incredible, completely formidable. Like, the fact that he just completely brought Thor to a stop, to a standstill with just his fingers. Just his fingers. Thor did a massive attack that he did back in Avengers Endgame against Thanos and his armies, and it worked. Doom just looked at that and said, hell no, not today. So I really love that. It's really cool to see comics going back to their origins and the beginnings of their roots, what brought them popularity and what brought them fame. I love to see that. This is why I really like A2HEROES and what Caleb Jones is doing with the A2HEROES world. Caleb Jones really wants to make an A2HEROES world that's about original storytelling and original comic book narratives. So A2HEROES is the home of Black Dragon and Pink Firefly. It's a dark fantasy comic series that refuses to adhere to modern day norms. That's exactly what we just saw in the trailer. They refuse to adhere to modern day norms. They didn't give a fuck about that. They didn't care a single bit about that. They just said, let's tell a good story and let's forget all about the politics. That's what I want to see. All right. A2HEROES is the home of Black Dragon and Pink Firefly, a dark fantasy comic series that refuses to adhere to modern day norms. This is storytelling in its purest form, raw, irreverent, and unapologetically entertaining. It's the kind of bold narrative that made the 80s unforgettable. Real stakes, complex characters, and zero sacred cows. This is why people are hyped for this new Doomsday trailer, because it shows our original characters in their full merit, in their full light. All right, we have real stakes here. Thor against the entire world with just a backup group of heroes that haven't really seen battle before. A couple here and there, but not really. They haven't seen battle on this level. They have real stakes. They have complex characters. I love The Thing. I love Human Torch. I love Mr. Fantastic, and I love Invisible Woman. All of those by themselves alone are already complex characters. But then you include Bucky, Winter Soldier. Absolutely incredible. You include Falcon as well, who's the new Captain America. Phenomenal. And then you include like Doomsday. You include Doom, Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is just a crazy Sorcerer Supreme level character that can wield both technology and science. And I think Tony Stark is playing him in this one too. So that's gonna be really cool. That's gonna be a treat. So Black Dragon has all the things that the Doomsday trailer has, but it commits to it for the entire run of the story. We don't know if Doomsday will commit to it for the entire run of the story. We're excited for it, we're anticipated for it, but we don't know if that's what they're really gonna do. So this is storytelling in its purest form. Raw, irreverent, and unapologetically entertaining. The kind of bold narrative that made the 80s unforgettable. Real stakes, complex characters, and zero sacred cows. We have real stakes, complex characters, and zero sacred cows. This is exactly what we want in a story, where the stakes are real, the jeopardy can be felt by the audience. We have complex characters. We have incredible people to follow and incredible people to root for and root against. And zero sacred cows. We're not going to be protecting any particular political identity or any particular like movement or anything left wing or anything right wing. We're not here to like forward a political narrative. We're here to tell good stories and have people buy our comics and enjoy the stories. We're here to tell good stories, have people buy our comics and enjoy the stories. All right, this is an incredible opportunity. Caleb Jones says that the vision of A2HEROES is that modern day pop culture sucks. Movies, TV shows, novels, comic books, and music have all objectively declined in quality over the last 25 years. That's true. And it's getting worse. That's true. These graphic novels do the opposite of what most pop culture does today. Long plot lines and character arcs that actually make sense, number one. Complex, flawed characters who suffer, grow, and change, number two. And no wokeism, no left-wing political correctness or invincible perfect girl boss characters, but also no right-wing social, political, or religious preaching either. This is very important. This is very important. While we don't have any left-wing political correctness or invincible girl, perfect girl boss characters or anything like that, we're also not gonna kowtow to the right wing and bow to them either. We're not gonna serve them at every single step. We're not gonna have any right wing preaching, no social, political, or religious stuff or anything like that. We're gonna create stories that authentic masculine men can really enjoy. All right, there's gonna be actual sex and romance between men and women that you'll actually love. Perish the thought. That you'll actually love. These are things that you'll really enjoy and that you'll really see. So I've gone over the commitments before. I'm going to be going over that again. And I'll be posting more in this video in the future. Take care.